So, what were you saying before? So you're a workaholic?
I'm a workaholic. I just came into accepting that maybe about ever since my album came out. I should have. I was in denial before the album came out. Having a business, advertising firm with Barbara Sharon called Cube Inc., as well as a record label, Universe Works, and as well as kind of handling my whole album release. Like I said, I've been pampered to the sense of having major record labels supporting me. So it's not even
Columbia and Elektra.
Columbia, Elektra, and Island Records was the first one. So it was, you know, I didn't realize until I left that type of arena that, you know, because now I'm financing my stuff. So it's funny because I have to always say, you know, what would I do if I were a major record label and I had the money?
Right.
Then I have to take it like that, because if I go by me, I'm like, I'm not doing it.
I need to figure out how to do it.
Right. So I have to act like I have amazing funds, and then make moves like that. Seriously, because I have to, you know, you have to really believe in yourself in this business.
Right.
And you know, I learned scared money makes no money.
Right.
I just love doing what I do. I'm very lucky. I've always, since I was very young, I've always had a passion for music and entertainment. You know, dancing, movies. I've always had a passion, and I always knew that's what I wanted to do. And at a very young age, I was very lucky to be in the right place at the right time. And I started in this business through hip hop and through electric boogie. And it was incredible because, for me, hip hop was very accessible, as opposed to, you know, the television, you know, looking into this tube and seeing things. It was entertaining, but not necessarily something that I can completely touch.
Right, so the connection.
Intellectually, yeah, it was extremely accessible for me, and it reminded me of me.
Okay.
So I was able to kind of attach myself to it very early.
Right.
It also, like, I guess because you see a representation of yourself, other than being black, you know, representation of yourself on television, it kind of is self-affirming. It really helped me to just like, okay,
you feel valid.
I do exist.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So and the poetry, just the skill of it. I was very lucky to come into the industry at a time where hip hop was very potent and undiluted, as opposed to today, which is fine. I think that the commercialism is something that needed to happen.
It's natural. It's kind of a natural progression, right?
And it took me a long time to accept that. It took me a very long time to accept that, because I love hip hop and I'm very protective of it.
Right.
You know what I mean? That I don't think hip hop is dead. I think that you know, hip hop at a certain time, in its progression, has went from, see, rap and hip hop used to be the same thing, and when it hit a multi-platinum status on a steady level, it went in two different directions, and rap went to the commercialism and hip hop went to the culture and the lyricism and the elements. And I think that the money kind of perverted the aspect of hip hop that I loved, which was the lyricism and the originality and the art form of it, which is okay, because it's also kind of helped to initiate a very potent, thriving underground, which was always part of hip hop. I mean, that was actually hip hop.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And I feel like that pretty much is coming to the forefront now. I can feel it.
People are looking for it.
Yeah. Wow, everything. I think life. I consider myself an artist, and I reach into my heart. Like my new album, Godspeed. I you know, it's so funny because what would be considered hip hop when I first came out into the industry is considered alternative. You know, like Outkast or the Fugees or the Roots. You know, they're considered like alternative hip hop, which to me is insane. Like, that's really hip hop. That's what hip hop's about. The other stuff is commercial. The other stuff is mainstream. You know, popular music. You know, Godspeed is about so many different parts of me that wouldn't be, I don't think other people would see it as mainstream hip hip hop. You know,
Right.
I have a song called "I'm Talking to Miles, Talking to My Son." You know, I have a song about my recovery with addiction, "Last Call." All over the album is just my declaration of my love for hip hop and the state of hip hop where I see it now. And also my struggle with being a female and being in the industry. It's so funny because people ask me, well, how does it feel being in such a misogynistic industry and such a... And I'm like, look, first breath I had was in a misogynistic world. Exactly. It really is no different. It's really no different.
Wow. Right.
It's really no different.
Right.
You know, it's not because, hip hop is it. You know what hip hop does, and that's what I love about hip hop. Hip hop puts a microscope or a magnifying glass on what's real.
Right.
And whether they emulate, whether they're the product of it,
Right.
that's the product that all of us has created.
Right.
That's not just that person or that area of life, because it manifests in so many different. It manifests in the ghetto. It manifests in the suburbs. You know what I'm saying?
It does.
And if misogyny and sexism exists in religion,
Exactly.
it's not hip hop's fault.
It's the world.
It's the world. You know what? I really am a firm believer that it takes a village. You know what I mean? And my son has the luxury of having, like, to me, I'm my son's role model. I can see myself as my son's role model.
Okay.
And the reason why I say that is because my son has seen me, do things, whether it be helping another person, and he's seen me curse somebody out. It's real life. When I say it's real life, he sees the struggle. I consider myself a person that tries to be the best that they can be at all times. Doesn't mean that I'm a perfect person. Doesn't mean that I don't make mistakes. And I think that's what role modeling is to be able to accept the good and the bad, and strive to be better. You know, it's not about having this flawless, statuesque, stature and come across like I'm like the bomb, and in reality I'm this, that, and the third. But I also know that I have a responsibility as a person that's out there. I love, music is everything to me, you know what I mean? And I just love art. I love being creative. So I definitely want to do, and I already have screenplays written. I want to write books. I also want to do independent films. I want to do films that touch people, films that, that are about something. And I honestly, anything that I deal with is usually just creative, and I just keep it moving.
Right.
You know who my female role models
exactly.
are? Wow, I love Mary J. Mary J. Blige, honestly. Just her music, the message in the music. She has always inspired me. I love artists like Sade, who to me is just extremely phenomenal. Songwriter, music is just insane. Tracy Chapman, just her music, her style, like her, what she's about. There's so many, I mean, I love Alicia Keys. I think Keisha Cole is great from where she came from, and her spirituality. It's so funny because I can hear things in music that I don't know if necessarily other people hear. Like,
it's because you do it.
It's the passion, the emotion, and the passion. You could be talking about you going to a party or whatever, and I'm just like, something about this person.
Right.
And I won't know until the album comes out.
Right.
Because usually I like the album cuts, not the singles. The singles are what the popish thing
Exactly.
is.
What will sell?
I'm sorry?
What will sell?
Yeah, exactly. With 3 older brothers first. And because of that, they always had like the seniority, they always had the control, they always had this. So by the time I came out of my house, I was already a strong black woman, you know what I'm saying? And I just think there's so much beauty and femininity, the grace of not needing to hear that we're in control, the grace of just our grace. Come check me out on CD Baby, with Napster, iTunes, Godspeed.